And here's what's really infuriating. So we have a couple videos to look at here. This has really divided the internet and divided the country. It's become a very controversial thing. And so a lot of people in the black community, not even the black community, but a lot of people on the left, we'll say, have taken the side of Carmelo Anthony. Why? Because they view it as a toxic, racist thing. And they are saying that Carmelo Anthony was innocent, despite what I just read to you in the affidavit. So here's a woman who said Austin Metcalf got what he deserved, said that Rosa Parks' days are over. Listen to this woman.
Y'all not gonna make me believe or feel any kind of sympathy for Austin Metcalf at all.
What? The kid, this poor kid, the 17-year-old kid, was stabbed in the chest and killed. You don't feel any sympathy for him?
He put his hands on that young man when he should have kept them hands to himself. When the young man told him, touch me and see, you bet not touch me, that meant that I don't want you in my space. I don't want you touching me. Rosa Parks' days is over.
So here's the deal. Rosa Parks was not a murderer. Who the hell brings a knife to a track meet? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you bring a weapon to a track meet? If this is true, you were just in the wrong seat. You weren't in the right tent. It wasn't your school. Whatever. This is a completely normal interaction between two teenagers, right? Whatever it is, what it is. Why are you bringing a knife to a track meet? Are these people even looking at that at all? Okay, so here's why I'm really pissed off. All right, because there's a lot of people like this lady who said Austin Metcalf got what he deserved. They view it as racial violence, okay? And here's the problem. So there was a GoFundMe that Carmelo Anthony, who was the killer, Carmelo Anthony's family started GoFundMe. And people have raised, this family has raised, even though this guy killed a 17-year-old kid. The family of Carmelo Anthony, the killer, has raised over $163,000 for a GoFundMe for his legal defense, which he literally murdered a white kid, and he's being rewarded with hundreds of thousands of dollars, it would seem. They're probably going to hit the $200,000 goal. It is just so crazy how people on the internet, look at this, people on the internet are rallying behind a murderer. And they're trying to make it a black thing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it is. But we should not celebrate this stuff. Why are we celebrating more violence, right? I thought we got over this with the George Floyd thing. Yes. What happened to George Floyd was tragic. And it shouldn't have happened. Did Derek Chauvin act racially? Maybe. I don't know. But it's not. And they're talking about releasing him. This shouldn't happen. Like, we should have got over that as a country. But this is not. Also, too, we live in an age where everybody has everything on camera. Why weren't the recordings released? There had to have been something. Somebody must have had a phone. This is not good. Not a good precedent to set. Not something that's very good for racial relations either in this country. We should not be glorifying murderers. It's not something that we should do. It's not something that we have done in the past. No, O.J. Simpson, okay, maybe not. But this is not a good precedent to set, folks, because you are only going to accelerate racial tensions in this country. People in the comments, say what you will, but you have to somewhat respect their blind racial loyalty. Perhaps it's time we do the same. I don't think we do that. Right, that's a white person in the comments. I don't know if we go there. That's not good. All I'm saying is that something has to change. And people are talking about black culture being the source of all this, right? Matt Walsh on Twitter talking about black culture. Jason Whitlock talking about black culture. It's been the subject of a lot. I'm not even going to go there. But the way I want to end this is like, we should not glorify murderers. I said this with the killing of CEO Brian Thompson with Luigi Mangione. I do not think that we as a society should celebrate murderers. I don't care if the kid was a piece of shit. It certainly didn't indicate that he was a piece of shit from the article I read, not what the affidavit said. This kid, Carmelo Anthony, he was sitting in the wrong seat. It wasn't his team. It wasn't his high school. He was sitting in the wrong tent. So the white young kid, he asked him to move. and he didn't move. So you stab him? Who brings a knife to a track meet? Who brings a knife to a sporting event where you're supposed to be competing? I don't get it. I don't know why people aren't talking about that either. It's so frustrating, man. I hate seeing kids die. I hate seeing people die unnecessarily. It's just really, really sad. It is really, really sad. I don't know. I personally think this is going to accelerate racial tension again, which like we were doing so good as a country from like kind of calming down. Yes, it's always been in the air, but this is going to accelerate it again, and I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. I don't know, man.